Okay, so for the mask tie-dye, we are going to learn two different techniques. The first one is the accordion style. As you can see, there's a front side and a back side. You're going to begin by folding back and forth like an accordion. So front, back, over and over again. You're going to grab your rubber bands and you're going to secure the accordion or the fan in place and tying the rubber band around your mask tightly. The tighter the better, I would say. Not super tight, but tight enough where it holds the fold that you created. So as you can see, I've added two. I'm going to add another one on the far end. Now the reason why you want it to be fairly tight is so the folds remain and you can see the folds when you add the dye. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to scoot those knots over and add another rubber band towards the end, just because I want to make sure that I get those fold lines. So I am adding another one, and there you go. This is the first version. The second version is called the twist. And so make sure that you are working from the front side. You're going to pinch the center of your mask and you're literally going to twist. Now it can get a little tricky, but your left hand helps you hold it in place. So you continue to twist around, hold it in that way, and then use your rubber bands to bind it closed. So I'm doing quite a few turns of adding the rubber band because I want to make sure it's nice and tight. Now, there's no really right way or wrong way. It's you got to feel your piece and just kind of feel that it's secure. Okay, next, I've got my two things. I've got my dye and I've got a Ziploc bag. I'm going to start with my accordion one. You're going to place that mask inside of a Ziploc bag. And I'm going to go with cool color. So I've got a teal and the purple. Now, a little bit goes a long way, okay? So you're not going to squeeze very hard. Here I want you to see that a few drops, you want to give it time to soak, to absorb. Our masks are made out of cotton, and so they will take on color really well. Go ahead and add drops over your surface. Notice how I'm not squirting a bunch and being wasteful. Also, whatever is in the bag, I am also using and I'm rubbing into the mask to make sure that I'm not being wasteful of my dye. I want to go ahead and do half blue, half purple. Using drops, getting the most out of all of my dye. So using my left fingertips to rub in the color as well. And of course, what fell into the bag, that is also dye that I'm rubbing into my mask. Here I'm revisiting the blue side because I want my ear strap to be colored. Okay, so you're just gonna go ahead and wrap that up, zip it, and let it sit overnight or until next class. Next, I'm gonna do my twisty just so you can see the effect. I've decided that I'm going to use warm colors. Nah, I changed my mind. I'm gonna do the warm in the red in the center. It's called rose red, so it's kind of like a magenta or a hot pink. So again, I'm squeezing fairly lightly because I'm using drops, and the drops will spread and absorb into your cotton mask. So I'm being very strategic as to where I place my dye. Next, I'm going to start introducing the yellow. Notice how I am working inside of the bag. I'm keeping my mask inside so that any dye that rolls over is still inside of the bag, and I'm able to get the most out of my liquid dye. Now the bottle's got kind of a pointed end, and so that's kind of helping me you know, wiggle in through fold lines and get into creases that maybe aren't exposed. Okay, I'm using the dye that is in the bag, and I'm, you know, getting the most use out of my material. Okay, and that is it, you guys. Let's see how it turns out. It's going to be beautiful.